Right, for months, this Premier League title race looked done and dusted. A formality, really. But now, wow, it is on an absolute knife edge. This isn't a procession anymore. It's a brutal battle of nerve, pressure, and pure momentum. And it all boils down to one massive question: who's got the bottle to see it through?
And let's be honest, this is the showdown we all wanted, isn't it? In one corner, you've got the leaders, Arsenal, absolutely desperate to end a title drought that's been hanging over them for what feels like a lifetime. And in the other, the champions, Manchester City, a team that literally comes alive in the chase. So you've got this classic standoff, points on the board versus pure championship DNA. So where's the advantage really?
You know, you can dominate a league for 8 solid months, build up what looks like an unassailable lead, and feel completely untouchable. But the Premier League, it just doesn't work like that. It is absolutely relentless. And this past weekend was a huge, brutal reminder of just how quickly everything, and I mean everything, can be turned on its head. I mean, look at this. The contrast couldn't be any more dramatic, could it? For Arsenal, a complete shocker, a confidence-draining defeat at home to Bournemouth. You could feel the anxiety ripple across North London after that one. And at almost the exact same time, what are City doing? They're putting on a clinic, a calm, dominant, ice-cold performance away at Chelsea, just sending the clearest possible message: we're coming for you. And this is the result of all that drama. This is what it looks like now. As you can see, Arsenal are still top, yeah, with 70 points. But just look over their shoulder. There's Manchester City on 64, and this is the big one, with that crucial game in hand. What was a really comfortable cushion has been slashed to just 6 points, and potentially it's just 3. The pressure is well and truly on now. Okay, but let's not get carried away here. Despite that slip up, you've got to remember, Arsenal are in the lead for a very good reason. They still have the advantage, and this title is absolutely in their hands to lose. So let's break down the case for the Gunners. Why can they still get this over the line?
And when you look at it, it's a seriously compelling argument. First off, points on the board. That's a huge psychological boost. Don't underestimate it. Defensively, statistically, they're the best team in the league. They give up the lowest expected goals against, which basically means they just don't give away quality chances. They're absolute masters from set pieces, and under Arteta, they've become a much smarter, more adaptable side. You combine all of that with this raw hunger to finally end that long wait for a title, and yeah, that's a powerful case.
But, and there's always a but, this brings us to the elephant in the room. The mentality, the big question mark. We're talking about the immense, suffocating pressure of a title run-in, especially when the reigning champions are breathing down your neck. The one question everyone is asking about this young Arsenal side is, can they actually handle it? Can they manage the psychology when the heat is really on? Because while Arsenal are grappling with the pressure of leading from the front, Manchester City, well, they find themselves in a place they know inside and out. They are hitting their stride at the perfect moment, entering that part of the season where, historically, they become a completely different beast, an unstoppable machine. And this is absolutely crucial. Psychology in a title race like this is massive, and you just can't deny it. After what happened last weekend, the momentum feels like it has swung decisively towards Manchester. You can see their belief growing with every single game, while Arsenal now have the tough job of steadying the ship and finding their nerve again. And it's not just a feeling, you know? This shift is showing up in the fans' sentiment too. A recent poll on this exact question, look at this. A whopping 67% of fans now think Manchester City will go on to win the league. That is a huge swing in public opinion, and it tells you everything you need to know about where the confidence lies right now.
Look, City's case is built on pure, hard-earned experience. They've got that champion pedigree that you just can't buy. They know exactly what it takes to get over the line in a tight run-in. Don't forget, they already beat Arsenal in the cup final this season, which adds another little psychological jab. And of course, their trademark, putting together these insane, relentless winning streaks in the final months. It's just what they do. So all of this sets the stage for what is going to be an incredibly tense and fascinating end to the season. The title's going to be won or lost right here in this final stretch of games. So let's take a proper look at the remaining fixtures for both teams.
Right, the massive one, the one everyone's circling on their calendar, is obviously the head-to-head clash at the Etihad. That game is now looking less like a big match and more like a winner-takes-all title decider. But even outside of that, look, Arsenal have got some tricky away games at West Ham and Palace. For City, they still have to go to a tough Bournemouth side, and they've got Aston Villa on the final day, who'll be fighting for Europe. Both schedules are absolutely littered with potential banana skins. And when you boil it all down, this is what the title race is. It's this classic clash of circumstances. For Arsenal, it is all about handling the unique pressure of being the frontrunner, of having something to lose, and proving all the doubters wrong. And for Manchester City, it's about what they do best, leaning on that proven experience, hunting their prey, and drawing on that deep, deep well of champion mentality. Okay, but hang on. Given how tight this is getting, we've got to consider an even more dramatic scenario. What actually happens if, after 38 games of blood, sweat, and tears, the two teams finish dead level on points? How on earth do you decide a champion then? Well, the Premier League has a very clear set of rules for this exact situation. First up, it goes to goal difference. If they're still level on that, it's about who scored more goals. Still identical? Then you look at the head-to-head record between them over the season. And in the incredibly, unbelievably unlikely event that they are level on every single one of those things, we would get a one-off playoff match at a neutral ground. Can you even imagine the drama of that?
Right. We've analyzed the form, we've looked at the fixtures, we've talked about the massive psychological factors at play. It's time. We're going to make the call. Here's our final prediction. This whole season has been built on this one dynamic, hasn't it? The brilliant, hungry challengers Arsenal up against the established, relentless dynasty of Manchester City. It's points on the board versus pedigree in the chase, nerves versus experience. But in the white-hot pressure of a title run-in, one of those things almost always comes out on top.
So, our prediction is that Manchester City will be Premier League champions again. We just believe that the huge recent shift in momentum, combined with their unmatched experience in these exact situations, gives them the crucial edge.
And here's exactly why we think that. First, City's experience in these high-pressure run-ins is a massive, tangible advantage. Put simply, they don't panic. Second, that recent defeat for Arsenal could cause some real psychological damage at the worst possible time. And finally, that monster game at the Etihad, it puts all the pressure on Arsenal to go and get a result on City's turf. And for us, that feels like the moment this title will be decided.
So there you have it, that's our call. But this is football, and anything can happen. So now we want to hear from you. Do you think Arsenal have got the nerve to hold on and win their first title in 22 years? Or is City's experience and relentless form just going to be too much for them? Get in the comments, let us know who you're backing and why.